Nintendo press conference.
It sure does bring back memories. Okay. I'd like to ask Mr. Bill Toynan from Nintendo of America to translate for me. Once again. Okay. じゃあ日本語で。Okay. 去年はね、
Last year was the 25th anniversary of the Super Mario Bros. Series. This year is the 25th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda. Now, since we first released this game back in the 8-bit NES days, the gameplay and the visuals have constantly evolved with each new hardware system. And so has the music. Now, the song that you heard at the end of the piece performed by the orchestra today was a theme song for The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. I'm used to hearing it at work every day now, but to hear it performed by an orchestra like this, in a hall like this, is exhilarating. Now, music is an indispensable piece of The Legend of Zelda. The feelings you get when you solve a puzzle or open a treasure chest or are helped by a fairy are in part created by the music that you hear at each of those moments. And of course, Link has often used a musical instrument as an important item in each of his quests. But since we have a full orchestra here today, a very talented one, I think we should ask them to play some of these songs live for us. What do you think? Let's start simple with the chime for solving a puzzle. Oh, that feels nice. Next, how about opening a treasure chest? Getting an item. That was a little short. Let's try something a little bit longer. How about the melody from a fairy's fountain? Isn't that nice? Maybe we should do getting an item one last time. This one with the full orchestra. Getting an item. Oh. There we go. That feels great. Thank you very much. Did you know all of these songs? I have to thank all of you for remembering these simple 8-bit Zelda tunes in this age of high-end game machines. So, for the 25th anniversary, we have prepared a Zelda game for each of our hardware systems. First off, although the Nintendo eShop launched only yesterday for Nintendo 3DS, starting today, The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening will be available as the first title in the Game Boy Color Virtual Console lineup. So you'll be able to download it today, and it should be available around the world by day's end. Now this is a game that we created perhaps with the most unbridled creativity of any game in the series. And I think it's great for people who are playing Zelda for the first time because from it they can learn the basics of Zelda gameplay. And then starting next weekend, yes, next weekend, The Legend of Zelda 3D will launch for Nintendo 3DS around the world. So now that it's on Nintendo 3DS, the frame rate has been improved, the graphics have been revamped, and it feels great. There's a new sense of realism when you're riding your horse through the sweeping scenery of Hyrule. Now, for those of you who are playing it for the first time, we've included hint movies to help you along the way if you need it. And for those of you who have played the game in the past, we have included the mirrored Legend of Zelda Master Quest mode. And we've also added a boss challenge mode. Next up, we have coming in September on Nintendo DSi, the 4-player cooperative Legend of Zelda 4 Swords that we're going to make available to all of you as a free download. So because this is a 4-player Zelda game, we hope you will gather all of your friends together. And then finally, we will be launching The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. This will be out worldwide this holiday season for Wii. It's finally done. Now the game is going to use Wii Motion Plus to swing your sword. And it's also going to help make using items like the bow and arrow simpler. And so, in honor of this, we're going to create a special gold Wii remote that will also be available as a promotion when we launch the game. So you can look forward to that as well. Now, I'm playing Skyward Sword at work every day. And it really feels as if I'm the one that's fighting all of those battles. Perhaps you've noticed, but I feel like my arms gotten a little stronger. It's great exercise. Now, from a volume standpoint, the game is packed full of content. And I think that we're going to be able to deliver to you the most satisfying Zelda experience of any game in the series. And then, of course, because these are games, they have many elements that I think you need to play yourself to truly understand. So, I hope you'll all play both The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D and Skyward Sword on the show floor this week. Please play it. Now, we also have an orchestra here today. So, in honor of the 25th anniversary, we'd like to announce that we're going to be holding the Legend of Zelda 25th Anniversary Symphony concerts in each region around the world. So, let's give a big round of applause for our orchestra today, who's done a fantastic job. We'll be holding these concerts in each region. They'll be happening in the fall, and you can look forward to more announcements from Japan, the US, and Europe about the specific dates. Additionally, we're preparing 2 music CDs. The first is the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D official soundtrack. And this is going to be made available as a gift to those who are among the first to register the game with Club Nintendo. The other CD that we're working on is going to be based on the Legend of Zelda 25th Anniversary Symphony Concerts, and will be used in conjunction with the release of Skyward Sword. So you can look forward to that as well. We're also planning a number of other events and activities to celebrate the 25th anniversary beyond these, so you can look forward to more announcements later this year. So, for the last 25 years, the Legend of Zelda series has been supported by an incredibly large development team. Just internally within Nintendo, over 200 people have worked directly on the series. And I have been truly honored to be able to work with such talented people. And we have several of them here today, so I would like to invite them on stage as well. First is Takashi Tezuka. I've worked with Takashi Tezuka on the Super Mario and Zelda series. Next is Yoshiaki Koizumi, who I worked with on Super Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, and more recently on the Super Mario Galaxy series. And I think perhaps you all know Eiji Aonuma, who is the producer of the Legend of Zelda series. But what's most important in all of this are all of the fans who have played The Legend of Zelda over the years. So all of you who have been playing and supporting the series, we would like to thank to end this section of our presentation. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Nintendo's global president, Satoru Iwata.
Good morning. When we launched Nintendo DS and Wii over the last several years, we stated a goal of expanding the gaming population. And today, we have seen changes in who played, where we played, and most importantly, how we played. The boundaries that once divided players by age group or personality, or even by gender, are starting to be erased. But mental boundaries still exist in how game systems are defined. Some hardware is seen as appropriate for only the most active, passionate players. Others, like me, they say, seem to attract a large number of more casual gamers. As an industry, what we haven't achieved yet is a game platform that is equally satisfying for all players. Yet, this is exactly what we intend to create with our new home platform. How might that happen? I will suggest two words: deeper and wider. The new platform will provide deeper game experiences than what even the most passionate gamer has realized before. And it will offer wider appeal to gamers, wider even than for Wii. And as you begin to understand this speed, it will let everyone see games in a different way. We are going to leave the full details for a little later this morning, but I wanted you to understand that for Nintendo, the goal of innovation is to serve every player, even though each brings to video games an individual appetite, a personal passion, and a distinct gaming history. I believe our new platform represents a major step toward reaching our goal. However, our new home console is the product to look forward to next year. This year, there are bold new experiences coming for Nintendo 3DS, and several of the franchises you know so well are moving into 3D.
That looks spectacular.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President of Nintendo of America, Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Look, we hear you. You want what you've always wanted, but you also want something new. You want to play things and things to look like they always have, but you want the buzz of the new. You want comfortable and you want surprise. Contradictions? No problem. They come with the territory. But is it fair to ask, and is it even possible to deliver something for everyone? Well, as Mr. Iwata suggested with our new home console, this is exactly what we're also aiming for with Nintendo 3DS. And that's coming in several ways. Let me start with the things that matter most to gamers. Those new headline titles for Nintendo 3DS. As you just saw, we've got 5 key ones to show you this week. On the show floor, you'll see these games in full 3D. But here on stage, of course, we can only offer you 2D versions. So, let's get going. First off the line is Mario Kart. It's the game you've enjoyed for years, but now it's a tricked-out version you haven't driven before. entirely new Mario Kart races into the stores this holiday season. In 1993, Nintendo created a video game that many said made them feel like they were flying in 3D. Now, Star Fox is back, and with Nintendo 3DS, this time the 3D is entirely real. When Fox jumps back into the cockpit, you've got a choice to make. You can use buttons for traditional control, or turn the hardware itself into the control yoke. That means this new option, turning and tilting the system itself, does exactly the same thing for your fighter. It turns and climbs and dives when you do. And there's something fun coming to group play too. Yes, the faces and voices of your fellow pilots are still there, but this time they're real. The Nintendo 3DS cameras record every reaction, whether they're on your tail or you're on theirs. Celebrating their kills or going down in flames, it'll all be there for you to watch. Soaring and banking in real 3D arrives in U.S. stores this September. Next, if it's true that software sells hardware, then it's also true that no franchise has sold more systems than Mario. So get ready, he's coming to Nintendo 3DS. It's true that tens of millions ran Mario through 3D environments on Nintendo DS. But this is the first 3D Mario adventure created from scratch for a portable system. And once you've played Super Mario 3D, I think you'll agree it incorporates quite a tale. Before the year is over. Last year at E3, a lot of you came away satisfied knowing at last that Kid Icarus was returning. This E3, Mr. Sakurai and Project Sora are happy to provide more details.
Intelligence of messenger boys, and madness is always a pleasure. Sorry I'm late. I had other business to attend to.
Wait, you two know each other? The size of that squadron!
This is certainly as ambitious.
Aren't you worried at all? These are underworld troops. Consider you have been resurrected.
Yes, though the goddess of darkness gets me along the